guys get into little, like, do you, like, throw things? Do you, like, munch popcorn?
Yeah, that's just what I'm going to do is bounce an ashtray off Diane Sawyer.
You got the shot.
Well, she started to talk behind me to Mike Nichols, and I was like, shut up! Shut up!
That was amazing.
Spin doctors. I know. I'm excited about President Bill Clinton, too. Yeah. You know, he seems like a guy who'd never do anything weird.
Cretin?
Cretin?
Cretin, yeah.
Is it Cretin?
Yeah.
Is Jack a Cretin?
He may be. I can't sit here and let anyone be called a cretin. But a cretin he may very well be.
Maybe that was a problem.
Yeah. Run
Now, I want to ask you something.
Got milk? No.
What was that all about?
I don't know. Sorry.
I want to grab it now.
Don't be afraid. We all have them.
You had a much, much tougher challenge.
My wife's a guy! Hey, that's a $7,000 coat! Hey, I don't have your wardrobe. Here, let me throw yours. Throw it away!
Okay, wait a minute.
Now we became Japanese.
It's time for the most iconic and cringeworthy moments in late-night talk shows history, Part 2. We're diving headfirst into a world of awkward interviews, bizarre skits, and celebrity mishaps that will leave you laughing, cringing, and questioning humanity all at once. Get ready to witness the collision of fame, spontaneity, and a dash of pure chaos as we explore the moments that had audiences simultaneously entertained and asking, what on earth were they thinking? So, without further ado, let the cringing start. Emma Watson. Oh, the most cringeworthy moment Emma Watson ever endured on late-night TV went down on Jimmy Fallon's show back in 2012. She sat with him at the desk and started praising the Halloween candy thing. Now, let me explain this Halloween candy thing. It was a crazy skit where late-night show fans filmed their kids' reaction after telling them their candy was all gone. It was brutal and hilarious, man. Jimmy Kimmel's show did it, and Emma Watson mixed up the two. Poor girl, she was mortified facing Jimmy Fallon, feeling like she just stepped into a comedy horror show. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a real sport. You'd think after all those incredible movies he's promoted, he'd know how to do a simple interview on a chat show. But no, he always takes it to the next level. Back in 2010, he appeared on Conan O'Brien's new TBS show, and let me tell you, it was a splashy affair. Now, one of Hanks' most memorable films is Splash, and wouldn't you know it, they decided to incorporate that into the segment. So there they were, sitting at Conan's desk watching a pod of humpback whales on the Jumbotron. And let me tell you, Hank was all about those whales. He was gazing at them like they were the most fascinating creatures on Earth. And then, out of nowhere, Hank starts dropping some serious whale knowledge. He explains that a breach requires 40% of the whale to break the surface. Who knew he was such a whale expert? But just as he finished his impressive explanation, guess what happens? Splash! Hank gets soaked, but good old Conan manages to stay dry. Whitney Houston. The queen of soulful singing and record-breaking hits, this woman was a force to be reckoned with, and she knew how to work those chat shows like nobody's business. Back in 1990, she appeared on Jay Leno's The Tonight Show to celebrate the breaking of the Beatles' records of #1 hits. During her interview, Whitney took to the stage and performed her hit song, I'm Your Baby Tonight. Let me tell you, the studio audience and the folks watching at home were in awe. She had them eating out of the palm of her hand. Mesmerized by her powerful voice and captivating presence, Whitney truly knew how to make an entrance and leave a lasting impression. Yvonne Craig. When you think of Yvonne Craig, you think one thing. Batgirl. That's right, this lady became synonymous with the iconic superhero. And when she appeared on the Merv Griffin show back in 1967, she didn't break character for a second. Not only did she don the full Batgirl costume, but she also used her interview to fight for women's rights. Yvonne Craig was a true advocate for equal pay, and she made sure to put the spotlight on that issue during her time on the show. She even staged a protest in a Batman and Robin commercial, refusing to release them because she was paid less than Robin. Yvonne Craig was a symbol of female empowerment, and she made sure everybody knew it. Dolly Parton. When it comes to Dolly Parton, you know you're in for a wild ride. This country music legend has a personality as big as her hair, and she knows how to handle even the most inappropriate interview situations. Take her appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, for example. Carson was known for pushing the boundaries and sometimes crossing the line, but that didn't faze Dolly one bit. She kept coming back for more and ready to charm the audience with her wit and talent. Carson may have focused a bit too much on her physical attributes, but Dolly knew how to turn the tables and remind everyone that she's not just a pretty face. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt had the time of his life when he swung by Conan O'Brien's show to promote his movie Troy in 2004. Little did he know, Conan had a surprise in store for him. The late-night host gifted the Hollywood superstar his one-of-a-kind emerald green 1992 Ford Taurus SHO. Now, this wasn't just an ordinary car. Oh no, this beauty had a manual transmission that had seen its fair share of late-night showbiz. It was Conan's very own College Wheels, and it had made quite the impression on the talk show circuit. During the interview, Brad couldn't resist the urge to unleash the power of his new wheels. With a swift slip of the clutch, he revved the engine and shot out of the parking lot like a rocket. Conan, however, felt the need to offer some cautionary advice. He warned Brad not to push the speedometer past 35 miles an hour, fearing that the car's bottom might just drop out. Now, let's switch gears to the one and only Benedict Cumberbatch. Jimmy Fallon invited Mr. Cumberbatch onto his show for a hilarious round of Mad Libs. You know, the game where you fill in the blanks with random nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Well, picture two grown men acting out the wacky scenes that resulted from Benedict's creative choices, and you've got yourself some late-night entertainment. Now, don't get me wrong, Benedict is a brilliant actor, especially in his iconic role as Doctor Strange. But let's say the comedic skits might not be his strong suit. The whole thing dragged on, and if you were a diehard Cumberbatch fan, it might have been a tad cringeworthy to watch. But fear not, dear viewers, for there was a silver lining to this madness. At long last, our beloved Doctor Strange star decided to serenade us with a rendition of Baba the Black Sheep. It was the grand finale we'd all been waiting for, and mercifully, the skit came to an end. Shari Belafonte. The famous daughter living in her father's shadow. That's Shari Belafonte for you. Now, don't get me wrong, Shari has made a name for herself as a model, singer, and actress. But let's face it, her father, Harry Belafonte, was a true legend in his own right. So it's no wonder she was often recognized as his daughter first and foremost. But Shari didn't let that stop her. She appeared on the Merv Griffin show to show the world that she's more than just her father's daughter. And boy, did she prove it. Shari has acted in countless films and TV shows, carving out her own path in the entertainment industry. Charo. Now here's a lady who knows how to make an impression. Charo, or should I say Maria del Rosario Mercedes Pilar Martinez Molina Beiza, was a regular on talk shows like The Tonight Show, The Merv Griffin Show, and The Mike Douglas Show. The Spanish superstar had a knack for capturing the hearts of English-speaking audiences, despite some language struggles. But you know what? Charo didn't need perfect English to win people over. Her irresistible personality and her unique talents made her a household name. And let's not forget her signature catchphrase, "Coochie coochie." That phrase alone could cast a spell on anyone who interviewed her. Cher. The one and only Cher. This lady knows how to take the spotlight and shine like a diamond. In 1979, she even took over the co-host of The Mike Douglas Show for a whole week. Cher used this opportunity to show the world that she was more than just Sunny's sidekick. During her co-hosting gig, Cher showcased her incredible fashion sense and belted out some of her biggest hits. I mean, who wouldn't tune in for that? She treated the audience to performances of songs like My Song, Take Me Home, and Happy Was the Day We Met. Cher had a mission, and she accomplished it. Dean Martin. This guy knew how to make people laugh, and he did it in style. As the host of the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast and the Dean Martin Show, he brought us endless hours of entertainment, and boy did he have some hits under his belt. With his smooth voice and charm, Dean sang his way into our hearts with his iconic tune, Everybody Loves Somebody. His show ran for 9 years and had a whopping 264 episodes. Grace Slick. Who would have thought that the groovy lead singer of Jefferson Airplane would be the badass to drop the F-bomb live on TV? Man, when Slick and her band rocked the Dick Cavett show in '69, it was like the day TV censors lost their minds. Boom, out of nowhere a celebrity let loose the F-bomb, and it was epic. They jammed out their hit song We Can Be Together, which has that famous 4-letter word. Slick's wild vocals left Cavett, the audience, and viewers all around the world in total shock. After that moment, TV censorship went into overdrive, and things would never be the same. Elizabeth Taylor. Oh, the name and legend Elizabeth Taylor. She was the bomb, ruling Hollywood and making bank at the box office. But hey, even Taylor had her moments of I'm outta here vibes. It happened when she scored a role in the superstar-studded cast of Giant. She shared the screen with James Dean, Dennis Hopper, and Rock Hudson, rocking the movie biz. As an actress and a total do-gooder, Taylor made appearances on the late-night talk shows like hanging out with the legend Johnny Carson. Elvis Presley. Guess who made a killer comeback on The Tonight Show in '61? It was none other than the original host himself, Steve Allen, who welcomed the one and only king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Fresh out of the military, the man was ready to set the stage on fire with his hit, Hound Dog. Elvis was stoked to be back in the spotlight, man. His Army hiatus ironically made fans crave him even more. When he made his grand return, he became larger than life. Robin Williams. Every single interview with Robin Williams was pure gold, my friend. But let's talk about this legendary moment in '98 when he rocked it with David Letterman. Letterman grilled him about his bromance with President Bill Clinton, and oh boy, it was comedy gold. When the topic shifted to promoting Good Will Hunting, Williams couldn't help but gush about the flick. I got this friggin' amazing script, agreed to do it, and then boom, I met these two dudes, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, on set. At that time, they were total strangers, and Williams cracked jokes about asking for their IDs and if they had their daddy's permission. Classic Robin, always bringing the laughs. And that's all for now. These moments remind us that even our favorite stars have had their fair share of hilarious and unforgettable experiences. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. Because trust me, you don't want to miss out on the next batch of late night hilarity that's just around the corner. Until then, keep laughing, keep cringing, and keep watching those late night talk shows. This is your host signing off, wishing you all a cringe-free day. Stay tuned.